All right, Shalom.
Shalom.
All right, we're coming out here to prophesy the downfall of America, to let the Negro Latinos and Native American Indians know that you are the true Hebrew Israelites of the Bible.
That's right.
All right, we want to give all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Waharakak Wadash, Barakadam, Akim. All right, as always, you know, we're just going to jump into the scriptures, man, and let the spirit flow. You brothers have something lined up?
You know what? Let's just go with 2nd Ezra, chapter 9, verse 1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself. And when thou seest parts of the sign pass, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made.
That's right. He's given us the testimony of Yahweh Shai, which is the spirit of prophecy, to discern that. All right, this is our measuring stick. All right, and we see all the different signs that are going on in the earth. That's how we can tell through the spirit that we are coming into the end of days. We are in the end of days already.
That's right.
All right, Yahweh Shai, when he stepped into the scene, that's where it all began. All right, now he's waiting to bring back his bride, man. All right, he's the bridegroom, right? So these are the end of days, man. This is the times.
Verse 3. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee.
That's right, and all the prophets spoke of these things too. All the prophets of old been in the same mind frame, prophesying of a downfall of a major kingdom. Babylon fell, the Medo-Persian Empire fell, the Romans fell. All right, we all had the same mind frame, like the brother was saying. We're all standing for the same cause, having one mouth and seeing eye to eye. That's the gospel of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, man. He's going to deliver us out of the hands of the heathens, man, out of our oppressors here in the land of America, which is known as Babylon. And all the earthquakes in diverse places, all the animals that are dropping dead, that's all part of the signs of Yahweh Shai visiting when he's about to make his ultimate appearance, man.
That's right.
Okay? There's no new thing underneath the sun. Yahweh Shai has always dropped these kingdoms down that were set up over us, man. And it's gonna be this last one's gonna be major, man. It's gonna be big time. The big payback. All right.
Verse 5. For like all that is made in the world hath a beginning and an end, the end is manifest.
That's right. And Esau is that end. And the beginning of that which followeth is what? Jacob, Yasha'Allah. The one that is going to reign supreme once and for all, man, because we got our ass whooping. We drank the cup of Yahweh Shai. All right, that indignation, that righteous judgment that he laid upon us, using the heathens. All right, so now we're going to reign supreme, man. But America has its end. It's coming to its end, along with Esau, the so-called white man, the Amalekites, all right, the Caucasians, crackers, whatever you want to call them. That's who his end is now.
That's right.
All right, and through the spirit, he's already finished. But it's going to manifest itself through the physical, where he's going to be obliterated by the thermonuclear fire, man. The ICBM missiles. All right, that's what you got to switch about.
This is Matthew 24, 5 and 4. And Yahweh Shai answered and said unto them, take heed that no man deceive you. For many shall come in my name, saying, I am a Mashiach, and shall deceive many. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet.
Right, the end is not yet, because you're still waiting for the chip to be implemented, the mark of the beast, the RFID chip.
That's right.
The Vera chip, whatever you want to call it. That's part of prophecy. Okay, and then you're gonna have martial law. You're gonna have the uprising of the people. Okay, you having all the different nations over there in the Middle East that are being stirred up. That's right. That they're threatening each other, flexing their muscle. You know what I'm saying? You got Russia. He can bypass these defense. You know, I don't know what you want to call them, but the defense systems to knock out the missiles. You know, you got all these different nations that are being stirred up, and within the cities and towns of America, you got people, the race riots, the different the racial tension is stirred up. All right, this is all part of prophecy, man. That's right. But the end is not yet. So while the end is not yet, what do you have to do as a man? If you receive this truth, get out to the highways and the byways and sound the trumpet to your people, man.
That's right.
Because the end is nigh, man. All right, or the blood's gonna be upon you. So you know, like the elder decreed the three videos a day. You know, being in the spirit on a daily basis, man. So what are you gonna do? You're gonna be stagnant, or you're gonna be fervent in the spirit for Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, man? Because we ain't shit. Or we're gonna be caught out there eating those missiles, man, or being mangled by a big ass Edomite with the, you know, whatever type of artillery he's carrying, man. You know.
Verse 7, for nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilence and earthquakes in diverse places.
Right, but the most dangerous famine that's going to come across the earth is the lack or not hearing the word of the Most High anymore, man. Right. Because right now you have that opportunity, you have that liberty. You can go anytime you want. You can go outside, walk around, whatever. And you want to despise the preaching, the teachings of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai via the way of the prophets, the men of the Lord.
That's right.
You know,
scoffing on the videos as well.
Yeah, scoffing, mocking. You know, despising it, loathing the law, man, because you don't want to justify your wickedness. But observing the law, statutes, commandments is a major part of the heritage, man.
That's right.
You know, it's not just believing, because James even said, you know, what is your faith? You know, without works. You know, right. And vice versa. It's dead. So you got to put on this whole armor, this whole clothing, and be ready to do whatever it takes, man, to the best of your ability, or you're gonna be caught out there. All right.
That's right. And I'm gonna read from 2 Ezra 14. I wanted to hit this because the brother made a great point. He said, now that you understand that, what are you gonna do? 2 Ezra chapter 14, and I'm gonna start at verse 10. For the world has lost its youth, and the times begin to wax old. For the world is divided into 12 parts, and the 10 parts of it are gone already, and half of a 10th part.
Right, so you see, everything's decaying, man. Everything's weaker. You know, from prior time, from the beginning of creation, everything's grown weak. You know, everything's faded away. You know, Esau's infrastructure is crumbling. You know, everything you name it is dying, man.
That's right.
You know, and if the Most High don't shorten the days and the times for the elect's sake, even us up here we're gonna die. You know, right. So that's why the Most High, we're the apple of His eye, and He's coming back for us, man. You know, but everything is dying, everything's going away. But Yahweh Shai promised to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob that we're gonna receive a new heaven and a new earth and a new heaven.
That's right.
You see,
verse 12, and there remaineth that which is after the half of the 10th part. And all this is saying that, hey, this ain't the times are at the end. These verses are telling you that, look, this ain't the early stages of life. We're moving towards the end, not necessarily the end of the earth dying and it's all over, but as they say, the end of an age, right? So what should you do? Verse 13. Now therefore set thine house in order and reprove the people.
Set your house in order. Talking about your being, your spirit, man. You know, mortify your members, get your physical, your flesh in check, and increase and strengthen the spirit via the way of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai through prayer, fasting, and go out there and do what did it say again? Reprove thy people. Reprove thy people. Correct them. You know, you got to do that because that's what's gonna keep you clean, and it's gonna save us. If he's part of the elect, it's gonna get him, man.
That's right.
You know, he's gonna be saved.
I'm gonna read verse 13 one more time. Now therefore set thine house in order and reprove thy people. Comfort such as them, so like it comfort such of them as be in trouble. Now that's what we doing the videos for those two reasons, to reprove and rebuke and to send comfort to those that are in the faith and doing it the right way. That's why these videos are going out constantly, for those reasons, to reprove, rebuke, and of comfort. So sometimes you kind of low in the spirit. Sometimes you got stuff going on. So you can go and watch a brother's video, and that's going to lift your spirit up. Give you an idea for a video. Give you some more, you know, room to fight, motivation to fight. And also to get on these niggas' ass. Because you can't, what you going to do? You going to go get a gun and fight against these people on the street? You going to get out here and try to fight every man you see that's doing you wrong? This is how we fight. By putting up these videos and showing our faith in Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. Verse 14. Let go from the mortal thoughts.
You gotta let go of those mortal thoughts, talking about the carnal mind. You know, the world, You know, things that you are used to doing. Now you got to put yourself back and look forward towards what Yahweh Shai requires of you.
Right.
Because when you come into this day and you gain that understanding, it's about what He wants from that point on to, you know, the kingdom come. Lord will, we endure to the end. All right.
Let go from the mortal thoughts. Cast away the burdens of man.
Cast away the burdens of men. And the burdens of men are many things, man. You know, although we're all subject to payments, but there's ways of getting around those certain things, man.
That's right.
You know, like getting a job. You know, that's part of being in this captivity. You got to have a job to get your daily bread, man.
That's right.
You know, but that like the scriptures say, money is a defense. So you got to use what we got right now, but by not abusing it. Okay, go ahead.
Put off now the weak nature, and set aside the thoughts that are most heavy unto thee, and haste to flee from these times.
That's right, and haste to flee from these times, man, because perilous times are approaching, man. If you haven't seen it already, people dying every day, every minute, every second. Every second people are dying out here, man. And if you're still alive, breathing, you're dying slow. You're dying a slow death. You know, so you need a haste to flee these times, man, because dangerous times are coming, perilous times. All right, the imminent return of Yahweh Shai is approaching, man. He's going to be the one that's going to check you, man, if you don't get yourself right now. And it's a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living power, man.
Right. For yet greater evils than those which thou hast seen happen shall be done hereafter.
And you can't say that nobody told you. You know, even in some of these churches, they tell you about damnation, but they're not coming in the proper doctrine. But you know that there's a lake of fire, so to speak. You know there's some form of repercussion for your actions, but they're going off. But you have to get it right, man. You're supposed to seek the Heavenly Father, man, through us, through GMS, Great Millstone. Right. All right? Because if not, you're going to be caught up in that time, man. You know?
That's right. That one.
Matthew 24:14. And this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations, and then shall the end come.
Yeah, then shall the end come, man. So we don't have that much time left, because it's already reached everywhere. You got brothers in Europe. You know, I don't know if the brother's still in the Philippines, but you got a brother over there that woke up to the truth. You know, you got brothers in Africa, South America, Mexico, Alaska, Hawaii. Every part of the earth, there's a brother, there's a camp. Whether it be one, whether it be 20. But it's a beautiful day, because we know that this is not of men. This is of the Spirit of Yahweh Shai, who you eagerly call God and Jesus. He's the one that made this happen, via the way of the elders, the prophets, Elder Tahar, Elder Ariyamla, Gabar, so forth and so on, man. So we know that we have faith that this is the truth. All right?
Romans 10:18. But I say, have they not heard? Question. Yes, verily, their sound went into all the earth.
Exactly, man.
And their words unto the ends of the world.
And how did that happen? Through this technology that Esau has presented to us, which he regrets he ever let out to the people, gaining access to it. Now we utilized it for Yahweh Shai's sake, and now we got brothers waking up everywhere. We're exposing Esau, because Yahweh Shai, he's the ultimate one that's lifted up the skirt on everybody. You know, he did it to us, so why not to him, Esau? You know, but we use the internet for this message to reach the four corners of the earth.
Psalms 19:1. The heavens declare the glory of the Most High, and the firmament showeth his handiwork. Day unto day utters speech, and night unto night showeth knowledge.
Right, and how does that happen? It's by the men of the Lord, the ones that are set up to declare the hidden wisdom, man. Because this book ain't gonna open by itself and start floating in the air speaking. You're gonna hear this angelic voice coming out from it. Right. He sets up men in the flesh. It tells you that in Peter's. It tells you that everywhere in the scriptures, man. All right. Now you're gonna be judged. You're gonna be taught by men.
By men, that's right.
But it's the Spirit that dwelleth in them, man. That wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. All right.
And to add to it, it says day and night utter their speech. So you can go on the internet anytime in 24 hours and click on a actual tag and hear the truth, man.
That's right.
That's why I said this gospel gonna be preached to the ends of the earth, man. It says, verse 3, there is no speech nor language where their voice is not heard. So if you could actually change it to Chinese or Arabic or whatever you want to change it, you can put a filter on it or to change it to that language, man, where you're from. It says their line is gone out through all the earth, and their words to the end of the world. In them have he set a tabernacle for the sun. And that line is that what his brother said, that internet. Those satellites, they throw out those waves, man, invisible waves that are caught, and then they'll filter through what's called like it's filtered down through a T1 line and ultimately goes out through optical cables, man, to your homes, man. And if you have the wireless connection, then you're going from wave to a bigger satellite for one, smaller to the bigger.
That's right.
But normally it's filtered through what they call that line is that optical cable, man, that pushes that signal through zeros and ones, man. That's how it talks. The computer talks through zeros and ones, man.
And then you got brothers that speak various languages too. You know, they don't speak it fluently, but they'll learn enough to give you the layout. You know, the layout is what we're about. Right. There's a brother in New York. I don't know the brother's name, but he speaks, I think, French or Italian. They put Italian up.
One brother speak that Polish language.
German. Brothers all over the world.
You got brothers everywhere doing what they got to do, man. Utilizing that talent that they were given.
That's right.
They received the understanding, so now they're using their talents, man, for the greater good, and that's to usher in the kingdom, Yasha'Allah, man. Because we're out here in captivity, man, under this devil, man. Esau, man, he's just destroying us, killing us, man.
If I could just add to that, we're talking about the brothers that have cameras. And you have brothers out there preaching that may not have cameras, but they still out on the highways and byways here in America and all over the world. Maybe you're not allowed to get, internet or whatever in that particular country. Where you at, it may be a little bit remote. It's probably brothers out there preaching as well. So this thing is going out. That, as the brother said, that angelic voice that's coming through men is spreading all out over the world. So as we preaching here or maybe in Dallas, you got a brother that's visiting from another country. He's hearing the word, hears the website, and goes back home and studying and starts coming into the truth that way.
Oh man, I got a perfect scripture for you.
Come.
That was beautiful you said.
This thing is bigger than your YouTube channel. It's bigger than YouTube. It's bigger than the block that you stand on. The Most High is spread out through all the four corners of the earth, the round earth. His word is being pushed everywhere.
This is Colossians 1:6, which is come unto you. I started 5. For the hope which is laid up for you in heaven.
Go to
4.
4. Yeah.
It says, since we heard of your faith in Yahushua Mashiach and of the love which ye have to all the saints. For the hope which is laid up for you in heaven, wherefore ye heard before the word of truth of the gospel.
Go ahead.
It says, which is come unto you as it is in all the world, and bringeth forth fruit.
And that's what happened. Those words started with the apostle, a great millstone. Started with Apostle Tahar. Those videos were pushed out, and here I am in Texas through, as the brother pointed out, the optical cables. Here I am learning the truth that way. I had never been to New York, but here I am speaking the same words that those men are speaking. And that happened to these brothers as well. Arkansas, San Angelo, San Antonio, different states, California, Seattle, on down the line, Florida, everywhere. That word is being pushed out. What are you going to do with that word once it hits you? Like I was saying earlier, you going to stand back and just be a Hebrew Israelite at the crib? Or are you going to get out and push the Lord's truth?
Because like when you first heard it, since the first moment you heard it, when the Spirit is on you, there's that expectation. Expectation goes into that hope. But when you first hear that word, man, that's what the Spirit does for you. It's verse 6, which is come unto you as it is in all the world, and bringeth forth fruit as it doth also in you, since the day ye heard of it.
Since the day ye heard of it.
And knew the grace of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua in truth.
That's right, and stayed with it. You didn't give up, you didn't hear it and let it go, and stayed with it. Read that for me one more time.
Come, which is come unto you, as it is in all the world,
Go ahead.
and bringeth forth fruit, as it doth also in you.
That's right. And we came out preaching, and there's fruit that's coming from that. There's other brothers that are saying, damn, I was listening to you before I had even heard about the apostles. So there's fruit that's coming in. And there's fruit that brothers don't know about. But most of all, Yahweh Shem Yahushua is paying attention to that. And you're storing those treasures up in heaven, as it talks about in Matthew 6.
Precept.
I'll bring out this.
This is Ezekiel chapter 3, verse 4. And he said unto me, Son of man, go, get thee unto the house of Israel, and speak my words unto them.
Speak the Most High's words in truth. Speak the words of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, not the words from your Baptist preacher, not the words that you just kind of think it means, but read, understand, listen to the apostles, get the truth, and then get out there and preach. Don't go too high, don't go too low. Just preach. Preach what you got. And let the Most High give you that fruit, give you that increase.
It says, verse 5, For thou art not sent to a people of a strange speech and of a hard language, but to the house of Israel.
That's right. So as we out here speaking, we not talk. These people understand exactly what we're talking about. For the area that you're in, they understand the slang that you use. So you're not some weird entity that just fell from the sky. You just like them. You got the same t-shirts on, same shoes on. Y'all bought y'all cars at the same place. So as you preaching, you're not some weird far off thing. You're one of them. And they say, damn, I can relate to that dude. I went to high school with that guy. Let me stop over there and listen to him. Right?
It says, Not to many people of a strange speech and of a hard language, whose words thou canst not understand.
That's right. You're these people's little brother. You're their cousins, their uncles, classmates, friends, all that. We're not coming from some far off place to where these people don't get it. We're sent in the spirit of Yahweh Bahashim Yahushua to our people, speaking the same language, giving it to them raw, rough, and rugged, just like the Most High wants to give it.
It says, Surely, had I sent thee to them, they would have hearkened unto thee. But the house of Israel would not hearken unto thee.
Like I said, we're the uncles, we're the brothers, the cousins. And what they should do is say, well, you know what? Damn, that sounds true. But because we're those same people, they want to hate it. They want to fight against it. What you know that I don't know? Right? How you get all this information? I went to the same school as you. That's how these niggas act. So what's going to happen to that 2/3? That number of the 2/3, they're going to get wiped out. You don't want to hear it from your cousin, your classmate, your uncle. You don't want to hear it.
You want to hear from Esau.
You want to hear from Esau with a suit, with a collection plate being passed around, with engraving images so that you can pray to something. But we do this in the spirit of truth. We don't have no emblem to hold up. This is just all the word of Yahweh Shem Yahushua.
You want to listen to somebody that's a wicked person, man. Like it says in Proverbs, a wicked doer giveth heed to false lips. You know, you don't want to hear the truth, man. You know, whether it be the internet or up close and personal, man. You know, what's in you, you're programmed to reject it because you're part of them 2/3. But the word is still going to be pushed out to you, whether it be English, Spanish, German. It don't matter. The word is going. The spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushua is going to gather the elect because it's His doings. It's His spirit that's going to be doing.
That's right.
Right? Real quick, I'll finish. It says, But the house of Israel will not hearken unto thee, for they will not hearken unto me. For all the house of Israel are impudent and hard-hearted.
Hard-hearted. So we know if you're not going to listen to Yahushua in the time he was here, walking the earth, we know you're not going to listen to us. So we don't take it personal because our whole family ain't out here. But we understand that these words are going out to the elect, like Ezekiel 9:4 says. These words are going out to the men that are sighing and crying. And everybody else, like the brother said earlier, we're going to wash our hands with it. Hey, we did our part. You can't say we wasn't out there in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different cities preaching the word in truth. So when things like martial law comes, and it ain't no so-called black man, so-called Mexican man, so-called Native American man on the corner preaching, that's on you. And you scrounging around trying to hear the word in truth, well, it's gone. It's gone. You should have listened to your brother, to your uncle, to your nephew, to your next door neighbor, to the guy you went to school with, the guy you played basketball with. You should have listened when you had that chance. I got one. Oh, you want me to get one for you?
No, go ahead and read what you got.
I got
2nd Ezra, chapter 15, verse 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword in their destruction draweth nigh.
The sword in their destruction draweth nigh, man. What's that sword? Famine, pestilence, right? Race riots, sedition among men. Ultimately, it's the thermonuclear missiles, man. Go ahead.
And one people shall stand up to fight against another.
One people shall stand to fight against another. That's sedition, man. You know, go ahead.
And swords in their hands.
They're gonna have every instrument of killing in their hand. This is gonna tell you why that situation is gonna come about in this chapter. Go ahead.
For there shall be sedition among men.
That's civil arrest, man. Anarchy, basically. You know, and they're slowly bringing it, man. When you look around, a lot of grocery stores are closing. That means the food supply is being cut off shortly. They're drawing everybody to one spot. Eventually, something's gonna culminate and happen to where everything's gonna be shut down. And to see a person in their rawest form is to see a man who hasn't ate in like 2 weeks, man. That's when they're gonna be at their rawest, man, when they're hungry, man. Look at a pack of wolves when they're hungry. They'll chase buffalo for miles and miles and miles, man. Till they exhaust themselves, man. You know, go ahead.
For there shall be sedition among men and invading one another.
Invading one another, man. So you have certain people in these cities, they have big homes, right? They look like they always eating all the time. And that day, Jake gonna know, and in the other nations, they're gonna know who those people are in their neighborhoods. You know who look like they got it. And that's who gonna be getting visited, man.
That's right.
Like it's gonna be like the purge, man. You know?
And if I could just say this about sedition among men, it's not just gonna be the so-called white man against the so-called black man. It's also gonna be class wars. Was it when man and woman? What's the word I want to use? Sex wars. Sex in the sense of man versus woman. And you can see that now. You got these bald-headed women that cut their hair off, and they want to be feminists. You got wars amongst men and women. Class wars amongst the rich and the poor. All of that is about to happen. It's going to be civil unrest in every aspect of life. They shall not regard their kings nor princes.
They ain't gonna care what your mayor talking about, your city officials, cops, right? And you know Esau and them, they've been waiting on this for years. That's why you had those militia groups, man. They buy all these AR assault rifles and stuff. They waiting on that day, man. They're not gonna regard nothing that these government officials talk about. That's why they call it anarchy, man. Go ahead.
And the course of their actions shall stand in their power.
Go ahead.
A man shall desire to go into a city and not be able.
Say a man shall desire to go to the city and not be able. So when this martial law things happens, you're gonna have a lot of people running to the woods, man. To basically what we call the wilderness. And then they not knowing, they haven't studied on what plants that they can eat or what plants are edible in the wilderness. So what they're gonna do? They're gonna try to come back to the city. But see, when martial law starts, the Army have a corps of engineers, what's called the Engineer Corps. They fly helicopters, they'll fly those Chinooks in, and they'll put those concrete barriers up on the outsides of the city and shut it off. They can do that overnight. You'll wake up in the city and be shut off, man. And the people who inside, you're gonna be fighting against. The soldiers inside. Like what was that movie? Just came out with a girl and a dude was in the subway and martial law started. We was just looking at the movie. Can't remember, but that's how it's gonna be in the city. All out war, man.
That's right.
You know, snipers everywhere, man. Everybody's shooting at each other, man. You know?
That's right.
Go ahead.
Verse 18. For because of their pride, the cities shall be troubled. The houses shall be destroyed. And men shall be afraid.
And men gonna be afraid, man, because they ain't never seen nothing like this. It's gonna be a time of trouble that never was since was the beginning of time, man. As it tells you in Daniel's 12th chapter, man.
That's right.
You know, they comfortable in this society, man. Look at it, they ride around in Jeeps, they pull out their credit card, they don't even have to carry cash no more.
That's right.
So you see Edomites hanging out all times of night because they ain't got cash no more.
That's right.
They enjoying themselves, man. Being in wicked folly like they are programmed to be in.
That's right.
You know? And then everybody follows Esau, man. So you got our people in that same comfortable mind state. When the time of Jacob's trouble is right around the corner, when you read Jeremiah 30 and 7. Go ahead. And we read about the time of Jacob's trouble in the 2nd Ezra. Go ahead.
And men shall be afraid. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor.
He ain't gonna have no pity, man. Oh man, you remember me? I was the one that gave you the tickets to the football game every year. No. I'm hungry. You got food. I need that. You know? They gonna be coming at you, man.
That's right.
You know?
And all these Salakia, all these people that have these AR-15s and all their depending on their guns, your bullets are gonna run out. You're not gonna have a plethora of bullets stored.
And you know how the Most High do. He'll have an angel just jam your gun up where it won't even shoot no more.
That's right.
And then what? You know?
Verse 19, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods.
Spoil your goods, man. They're gonna take what you got. You know? You got certain people, they were called doomsday preppers, man. Just like you're putting back food for that hard time that you know is coming, it's people that's watching you, man.
That's right.
The same people that's working with you, the same people know where your honey hole is, man.
That's right.
And when that time comes, them same people you were walking elbow to elbow with is gonna be your enemy, man. All right?
Because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation.
Great tribulation, man. Gonna be a rough time in that day, man. All hell, man.
I got Proverbs 13 and 22. A good man leaveth an inheritance to his children's children.
A good man leaving an inheritance to his children's children, man. Jake, we good by nature, but damn, we on the bottom. We in slavery. We can't leave shit to our kids but a damn bill for the funeral. But Esau is on top. What do? They leave inheritance to their great grandson, and then every time when he died, the son got to leave it to his great grandson where to keep on going, man.
That's right.
Go ahead.
And wealth of the sinner is laid up for the just.
The wealth for the sinner is laid up for the just, man. So everything they storing away is for us, man. Mainly for the elect men, man. Because the Lord said in Isaiah 65, y'all want to get that. My service is 65 and 14. That go right with what the brother just brought out, man. But yeah, where it says my service,
This is Isaiah 65 and 14. Behold, my servants shall sing for joy of heart, and ye shall cry for sorrow of heart.
Y'all gonna cry for sorrow, man, because y'all haven't prepared for this day. The Lord has us coming out on these highways and byways to help wake up the elect and prepare for that day of Jacob's trouble, man. Go ahead.
Isaiah 65 and 13. Therefore thus saith Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai,